Today we are going to discuss about primer designing using a software called as Primer 3, and nowadays we are having its advanced version, which is Primer 3 Plus. So both are same, only thing is Primer 3 Plus is the update of Primer 3, right? So before going to use Primer 3 Plus or Primer 3, first we should know what is primer. So primer is a short single-stranded nucleic acid utilized by all living organisms in the initiation of DNA synthesis. So it's a small piece of single-stranded nucleic acid, right? And it is very important for DNA replication inside the cells. However, whenever we want to do any PCR based reaction in the laboratories, then also we required primer. Like I think all of you know, PCR is a instrument which is used for the amplification of DNA or RNA. So whenever we want to amplify this DNA or RNA, we required these primers. These primers are designed to have a sequence which is the reverse complement of a region of template DNA to which primer is binding, right? So we always make the complementary copy of the actual targeted DNA or RNA, whatever it is, right? For example, you can see in this, it's a double-stranded DNA in this diagram, and obviously for breaking it down we need to heat it. When we will heat it, double-stranded DNA will split into two single strands, and then we have to apply primers. So primers which is binding 5' to 3' prime is called as forward primers, while the primer which is binding to 3' to 5' prime of the template is called as reverse primer. As you can see, this is forward primer and this is reverse primer, and then with the help of polymerase enzyme and other nitrogen spaces, this will amplify, or this will form the copy of this particular strand template. So this is basically the complementary copy. It is not going to be same, it is going to be, a carbon copy or complementary copy of the original template DNA, right? Now while we are designing primer, there are certain things which we should remember, or some key points of primer synthesis is, first thing is primer length. So a primer should be between 17 to 27 base pairs for general applications, right? Now this might be contradictory, as you may find somewhere 18 to 25, some says 18 to 27, some says 16 to 26. Okay, so there might be minor change, but mostly it is mentioned as 17 to 27 base pairs, right? If it is too short, it means if it is below 17 or below 16, it will have lower specificity. What is the meaning of lower specificity? Then in the template DNA it can bind anywhere and you won't get specific replication. And if it is too long, it may not be finding suitable binding sites, or you can say complementary binding sites, so it will reduce its it will have less binding efficacy. That's why we should have optimum length which is in between 17 to 27 base pairs. Next thing is melting temperature. As you know, in PCR we have to go for various steps like denaturation, annealing, then annealing, extension of that primer for making bonds, then again denaturation. So in this, melting point is very important. So for a primer, the perfect melting point is around 55 to 80 degrees centigrade. Now if you want, you can manually also you can calculate melting point, otherwise the software which we are going to use will automatically give you melting points. If you want to calculate it manually, you can use this formula of Tm is equal to 4 into G plus C plus 2 into A plus T degree centigrades. For example, if this is a primer, right, then Tm can be calculated as, we need to count frequency of G. So in this template or this primer, it is 10, frequency of C is 2, then frequency of A stands for adenine is 2 and thymine is 6. So when we are calculating this, we are getting 64 degrees centigrade. So for this primer, the melting point is around 64 degrees centigrade, right? Next important thing is base composition. In this also, GC base composition is also very important, and for a good primer, GC base composition should be 50 to 60%. It means it should always be more than 50% for making a good primer, right? And one more important thing is, if primers 3 and we have in any nucleotide we have 5 prime end and 3 prime end. So any primers 3 prime end, if it is ending with G or C, right, or CG or GC, this increases efficacy of the priming, or binding capacities will be improved. However, if it is not there, also not a big deal, but if it is there, it is very good, right? For example, you can see here at 3 prime end it is ending with GC, so it is good, it's a good primer, right? Next thing is annealing temperature. Usually annealing temperature of a primer should vary between 37 to 60 degree centigrade in a gradient way, right? At lower temperature it should have better annealing property, and as temperature is increasing, its annealing property should reduce. Now the software part. So as I told you, older version, that is primer 3, is also available. If you want, you can click on this link and you can open the older version. However, as latest version is available and there is no major difference, it just look neat and clean. Otherwise the features are same to same, there is no difference, only differences of user interface. So it is better to use primer 3 plus. So I'm just copying this link, putting into my web browser, right? And see, this is how this page will look like. Okay, so this is the page of primer 3 plus, and if you want to see, I will also show you the page of primer 3, which is the older version. See, as you can see in this diagram, see, this is primer 3. Features are same, only thing is it is looking so bulky. Here primer 3, just one view, nothing else. Options, these options which has been given below in primer 3 has been given in different pages here, right? So it looks more clean. Okay, so now the next thing is, so we have opened the primer 3 plus or primer 3 page. Now we want to design a primer for amplifying a certain gene. So for this, first thing we need a gene. For example, I want to amplify primers for insulin gene. For that, first I should know, I should have the insulin gene, and for getting insulin gene, from where I can get genes? NCBI gene bank. So I'll just search NCBI in Google. I'll go to NCBI page and I want gene, so I'll select here nucleotides, right? Nucleo, where is nucleo in this? Nucleotides, here nucleotides, and INSULIN, insulin, right? So it will take some time, right? Now I'm getting several submissions by the name of insulin. However, the source of these insulins are different. So I'll try to search some Homo sapien insulin, for example this one. So I'll take this one, right? You can take any gene for which you want to synthesize primers. So I'm selecting, randomly I'm selecting this particular gene. So I've opened this, and this is the gene, human in Homo sapiens insulin gene, long gene, right? Now what we'll do is, here we have an option of converting it into FASTA. We'll just click it, and by clicking this I'll get the FASTA sequence of this particular gene. I'll just copy this entire gene and paste it in primer 3 plus search box. Here I've just simply pasted. Now whichever part you want to, or whichever region in this gene you want to target or amplify, just select that region. For example, I want to amplify this region, right? Then I will select this, right? But this right now I've just selected, I need to target this. So here we have 3 options. You can do excluding regions, you can exclude some region if you want, you can target some region, and you can include regions. Right now what I want to do, mostly we want to use only this middle option, that is target. I want to target this region so that I can design primers for this particular gene, right? So I am just targeting, and for targets we have different square brackets, For this we have different type of brackets, and for excluding we have different type of brackets, which options are available here, right? So I am selecting the targeting brackets. Just by clicking here I am targeting, so it has been targeted here. These brackets has been fixed here, as you can see, is visible also, right? Done. One part is done. Now what we have to do is we need to see the settings. So I'll go to general settings option. Here you can see we have primer size option, primer TM is melting point option, primer GC content option. So I'll fix it in. So primer size, according to our studies, it should be between 17 to 27, and optimum we can put it 20, 21, 22 as per your choice. So I'm leaving it to 20. TM, that is melting temperature, as per our studies it should be between 55 to, it should be 55 to, I think it was 70, 55 to 80, right? And GC composition 55 to 80, and GC composition should be between 50 to 60, right? 50 to 60. So we have fixed all these things. Now only thing we have to do is, here we have the option of pick primers. So we will just click on this green button which is saying pick primers. So this is the end results. See here, you can see this is primer F. F stands for forward primer, and this is the primer sequence, right? Length of this is 19 base pairs. TM, melting temperature, is 59.5 degrees centigrade. GC content is 57.9. I think all our conditions are justified here, whatever conditions we want. This is reverse primer, this is the sequence of the reverse primer, and the length is 20 base pairs. TM, that is melting temperature, is 60 degrees, and GC content is also 60 degrees. So all our conditions are justified. So this is first pair. If you want, you can use this pair, or it is also giving you multiple other pairs like pair 2, pair 3. So you can choose the primers according to your requirements, right? So better to use the first pair because that have more sense specificity. Right now here in the sequence you can say this green one is the selected sequence, which, or selected gene sequence which we have selected in the previous step, right? And this blue color you are seeing is the forward primer, and this yellow color what you are seeing is the reverse primer. This is how we use primer 3 software. I hope you might have found this very easy, right? All these steps I have given here also, and diagrammatically you can go through from here also, right? I hope you might have understand this, and you might find this very easy. If you guys will practice it, you can learn it very easily. Thank you all.